Hey, what's up everybody? It's Scott at Scott Doty TV. Thank you so much for checking in. This is the place to be if you're a parent who wants to make an incredible impact on your kids' educational experience. Today we're going to talk about how the language that you use helps to sculpt the destiny of your children. Here's the concept. Your kids respond to the language you use. If you set the bar high or if you set the bar low, they will respond, and in many cases they will meet what you set. The high bar idea is called the Pygmalion Effect. This is named after a Greek sculptor who sculpted a beautiful goddess and then fell in love with her. This is also the takeoff for George Bernard Shaw's story called Pygmalion, in which Henry Higgins takes Eliza Doolittle, and she's a little scallywag on the street who doesn't know anything, and he's going to make her beautiful and luxuriously polished. And he first teaches her that this is the way it's going to be, and then she rises to the occasion. That's the Pygmalion Effect. The opposite, when you set the low bar, is called the Gollum Effect. You say, "You're no good, you're not going to amount to anything." The student will often respond, and you will thereby, through using language, you'll be setting the course, the trajectory for the destiny of your child. Now, not to overstate it, I just want to make sure that you're aware that using terminology matters, and doing it the right way versus the wrong way can have a big impact. "You're a bum! You got no talent! You got no prospects! You're like your bum brother and your bum uncle too! Can't do nothing right! Okay, bye!"
Guess he's right.
Alright, I'll go tell the guys I'm not going. Why is he taking his suitcase to tell the guys? You guys, come on, we gotta go now.
Hey Dante, what's up, man? Listen, I just want to tell you that you are a genius, you are brilliant, I am so proud of you, you have incredible abilities, and I just see an incredible future for you. You're gonna crush it, man, you're gonna dominate, you are gonna storm it. Go get it, baby. I'll see you.
Thanks. Wow, he believes in me, and I believe in me. I'm gonna hit this SAT book in my spare hour.
The Pygmalion Effect is also known as the Rosenthal Effect. That's named after an experimenter who back in the 60s did a fun little test. And he uses the term blooming, ready to bloom. And the question I might pose to you is your child ready to bloom? He took a bunch of kids in a school system and he arbitrarily assigned to some of them the title Ready to Bloom. He offered them a test of general intelligence. No one else knew, none of the teachers knew what was going on. After the results came in, he had these secret results, and he went to the teachers and said, "Hey, check it out. These 18 kids are all ready to bloom. They're going to have a great school year. These other ones, they're normal, nothing special about them." And guess what happened? The reality was those 18 kids were not ready to bloom. They were like everyone else. They were not stand out at all. They had been chosen at random. But the teachers, having heard that these 18 kids were ready to bloom, responded by giving them extra energy and extra attention that year. And the students, having heard that they were ready to bloom, also gave extra effort and energy to the effort of school. And at the end of the year, the jumps that they made academically were way larger than the jumps made by all the other kids who didn't get that same designation, ready to bloom. It was a simple Rosenthal effect. The concept of you give someone a title, they raise their game to meet this exciting new expectation. They are little Eliza Doolittles who believe when we tell them to believe, they do so. This also reminds me of the author Carol Dweck, who is a psychologist in schools and goes around, and one thing that she did one time is she told teachers, look, at the top of the test when a student fails, don't write F. Don't write no good. What you're supposed to say, what is more useful, is if you write at the top of the paper, not competent yet. And that key word yet implies to the student that you believe, you have a vision that he's going to succeed at some point. It's just not there yet. As opposed to fail, red ink, go home and cry about it. It's far more empowering. So the concept here is think about your language. How can you be most encouraging? How can you help the student to create self-fulfilling prophecies with the language you use? I believe in you, you're going to crush it. He raises his game because he's excited to do so. Or you've got no talent, you got no future. And we do this in even subtle ways. Obviously, most of us would say, I never talk like that. But just think about it. It's a challenge to you today. Think about the language you use with your kids. Is it empowering to them? Does it give them a vision for their ability? And in fact, is it a little above where they are so they can strive to it and be excited about hitting that landmark and you give them a big high five and pound it when it happens? Or do you kind of say, I don't really see it, and you don't create a vision? Without the vision, the student's will perishes and his motivation perishes. So that's today's topic. Think about in your own life, how can you set the course of your student's or your child's destiny by simply using empowering language. Let the Pygmalion effect, the Rosenthal effect, work for you and your family. Your kids are ready to bloom. And if they're failing math or if they're failing science, they're simply not competent yet. They will get there. Keep using the right language and your students will respond with better and better motivation and performance all the time. So that's it for today. A little morsel for you about the concept of the Pygmalion effect versus the Gollum effect. Pick the right one that you want to incorporate in your household. Until next time, this is Scott Doty at Scott Doty TV. Thank you so much. Ciao.